Oscar BEVIS for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. I'm here at the MTK Golden Contract Press Conference, and I'm joined by Mr. Logan Yoon and his manager, Henry Revolta. I've got that right?
Yes, sir.
Nailed it. Right, first things first. A lot of people have said that going into this, you're potentially one of the favourites, but then they've looked online and there's no footage of you. Tell me about that.
Well, the truth is, as we started, there's been some comments since we've been here in London that they've reached out and said that, we went ahead and took off all the footage from the internet so that nobody would get a chance to see how Logan performed. But the truth is, so I can set the record straight, is none of his fights have ever been uploaded to the internet. And, it's something that I knew one day would be favorable for us in some sort of scenario situation. And it's showing now as we enter the tournament that nobody can find footage of him after this first fight. It's a little different because they'll already, have seen how he fights and his style, and then they can try to adapt to it, But meanwhile, it is what it is.
Of course, Logan, you won't want to be giving too much away anyway, but for the English fans up there who aren't too aware of what you're about, do you want to just tell us a little bit about your fighting style, what we can expect from you?
Well, like I told you in the other interview, my fighting style, I like to call myself a boxer-puncher. I compare myself to Hector Macho Camacho, just a little more pop in the punch.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, not a bad comparison. Yesterday, what did you make of the draw? Sort of the format and something that's a little bit different? You was a bit excited by the whole draw?
Yeah, it's a little different. Just reminded me of the amateur days, having the draw and everything. Being blue for not really having a choice, just being left with the last choice, which happened to be Ohara Davies. And I'm excited for that. And it's a great opportunity for me in my own career.
First things first, let's talk about Ohara Davies outside of the ring. Yesterday, he seemed to want to start and kick off with everyone. You were sort of the exception to that. What do you make of Ohara and all the sort of stuff that went on yesterday?
Well, from what I saw, he's a respectful man, and I respect that. And when we get into the ring, it'll be strictly just business, no trash talk, nothing else. Just two men getting in there to just compete in the sport of boxing.
Okay, and this fight, how do you think it goes? Tell me.
I don't really want to say anything other than I'm just going to go in there, execute my game plan, and whatever he does, whatever I do, the outcome is what it is.
Henry, how much research did you two guys do on the potential opponents? Obviously, there were 7 guys that you could have fought out there. How much research did you do on each sort of guy, or did you leave it till the draw?
No, I didn't. I did a lot of research beforehand, and I had really taken a good look at a couple of the real good fighters. There's a lot of good fighters on this tournament. Guys like Mamoon, guys like Surtees who punch hard, guys who weren't around anymore like Zankosh Turarov and Anthony Yigit. I know followed Yigit for a long time. He was in the World Boxing Super Series as well. So, we were looking to those type of fights, for those type of fighters. Then when they had the fallout and they brought in these last 2 guys, I think that those 2 guys were very fortunate to be able to be on the stage with the rest of the guys, and I think they were even more fortunate at the draw yesterday, as one of the kids picked the number 1 blue ball on the practice session and then picked it again when it really counted. So I'm wishing him a lot of luck. There's a lot of good guys on this card, but yeah, I did my homework, and I knew who we wanted to pick from the beginning, and we have the utmost respect for Ohara Davies. I think, commenting a little bit about what you said, what went down yesterday, I think it had something to do with social media. I don't have social media, so I can't say I read it and I know what they were talking about, but I can say that, if somebody was being disrespectful to him on social media, then he addressed it the right way, in person, the way you should address it, instead of doing it through social media. So I think he was just venting, and I think he's an entertainer, he's a showman, and every good show needs somebody who's wild, crazy, outgoing, and he showed my fighter a lot of class and a lot of respect, and all those bad words were with a lot of the other fighters. They were never intended to me or to my fighter or to our team. So we got to give him the respect that he deserves, and come Friday night when the bell rings, there'll be no more respect. It'll be all business, and then after the fight's over, then it's back to respect.
You're fighting in York Hall, which in the UK is sort of a historic boxing venue. Lots of names are fought there as amateurs and professionals as well. What do you know about York Hall?
Well, other than what you just said, being a historic place, and here in Bethnal Green, nothing really much. Just
was you aware of York Hall before Go on,
No, to
contact
be
someone,
honest,
no?
no.
Okay.
Other than the locals just filling me in on the type of history that it's had and the past events and all that.
What does fighting in England mean to you as well? Because obviously boxing sort of boomed over here over the last,
It mean-
let's say, 4 or 5 years, and you could sort of really make a name for yourself over on these shores.
It means a lot because this is gonna be my first basically international fight tournament in a way. So me performing well and making a big splash in the UK is gonna be amazing for my own career.
Okay, Logan and Henry, thank you very much for speaking to IFL TV.
Thank you guys for having us,
Thank you.
man. IFL TV, I watch a lot of good things that you guys done.
Thank you
so
very much.
Thank you. Much love, man.
Thank you. God bless you.
All right.